Panel, Zerlina Maxwell, contributor for Essence. Also with us tonight, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, MSNBC political analyst and professor at Georgetown University. I want to start with this. Earlier today, St. Louis police lieutenant reacted to the shooting. Here it is. Now, Zerlina, what's the cure? Are we on a new path now for Ferguson? What's your sense of it?
I think the first step in terms of starting that new path is to honestly confront the institutional racism that the Ferguson report showed and that the protesters have been saying over and over and over again for the past 7 months. And the report served as proof and evidence of what their gripes were with the Ferguson Police Department. And I think that oftentimes, especially when you have people in the streets and you have a minority of those folks being violent or causing a ruckus. And in this particular case with this shooting, we actually do not know anything about the shooter. So to say that it has something to do with the peaceful protesters, I think is a little bit misleading generally. But I think that we have to focus on the substantive issues that the protesters are bringing to light that the Department of Justice report showed are true. And we have to start confronting racism and implicit bias that may be in police departments, not just in Ferguson. The White House task force that actually went to not only just Ferguson and St. Louis, the St. Louis area, but all across the country, and not only used activists and experts and people who can reform police departments. They have a report with recommendations on how to move forward. And that includes not only having independent investigations into police killings, having special prosecutors appointed when you have situations when there is this much internal corruption within the system. And you have essentially a district attorney in Ferguson who is tasked with working with the same police department that we're trying to get him to indict for killing a citizen. Yeah. And so there are embedded inequalities and inequities in the system that unfortunately are impacting people of color in brown and black bodies. And that consistency, the fact that since Mike Brown died 7 months ago, we've had nearly someone brown or black killed by a police officer every single day. And that has to end. We can no longer, use respectability politics, or black people aren't, abiding by police instruction quick enough in order to deserve life. You deserve life and respect, and the police officers are tasked with, serving and protecting the community, and that needs to be where we start, with the community policing at the center of these reforms.